Hey guys, and welcome back to De-Influenced, where I dive into the messy world that is influencer culture and call them out for their crappy behaviors. Today, we are going to be disgusting. Yeah, we are going to be disgusting today, apparently. Today, we're going to be talking about the Basham family again, because a few people have mentioned that they need an update. And I figured, you know what? It's been a while. They're very clearly exploiting the child that they specifically said they wouldn't exploit.
We do not plan on exploiting our children at all.
Yeah. And I think it's time for another update. So let's go, guys. Okay, so if we head over to the Reddit site here and sort by top of the last month, I'd say, I think that'll give us a pretty good peek into what's been going on. For those of you that don't know, Drew and Gabe are family vloggers, and they recently, back in I believe it was the end of August, had their first child together. When they got pregnant, they did a family Q&A where they said they were absolutely, positively not going to exploit their baby.
But for me, personally, and I know for Drew as well, we do not plan on exploiting our children at all.
Yeah. They're just gonna, she's just gonna be there.
Maybe, yeah, we'll have a kid in our videos because it's gonna be our baby and it's our life.
Yeah.
But it's not gonna switch from our life to, okay, this is
day in the life of
our baby.
Yeah,
what did my baby eat today? No, it's not gonna be stuff like that.
Because they're vloggers who vlog their lives, and the baby's a part of their lives, which I can kind of be there for, right? You can't expect vloggers who do that full-time pre-kids to just pretend that their kids don't exist. That's fine, that's not the problem. However, when 97% of your content, and I feel like I'm underballing it a little bit there, is of your child and you're making money off your child, that is absolutely 100% exploitation. This poor kid is 7 months old and has been featured on Amazon. Maybe that's goals. Maybe that's like kidfluencer goals for family vloggers nowadays, is that their kids get featured on Amazon. But that is so creepy and not okay. And it's like, what, guys, is that not super alarming to you? Now, they could have given the picture to those people on Amazon, whatever, because they bought the smock. But those people could have also just gone and stolen the picture of this baby and put it on their storefront, which is really messed up. But I mean, anything you post on Facebook, you give Facebook permission to sell to third-party vendors. So cool. That was one of the things that I've seen recently that was like, whoa, guys, what are you doing? How is that not super alarming? But the other thing that a lot of people are talking about nowadays is the fact their baby has a very flat back of her head and a huge bald spot. And some people even saw a sore on the back of her head, which is just so horrifically sad. Now, we're going to go look at some pictures here shortly, but I want to start by saying it is very common for some babies to have flat spots and bald spots because of the back to sleep movement. Since back to sleep became the recommended way to put your baby down, a lot more babies have had bald spots on the back of their head. My baby had a bald spot on the back of his head. It's a thing. However, hers is huge, and she is 7 months old. She can roll now. She should be able to sit up. She should be starting to get into crawling, army crawling, movement type things. Therefore, the hair on the back of her head should be slowly starting to grow back. And with what I saw today, it looks like it literally doubled in size. Now, the problem is that Drew and Gabe drag their baby everywhere. This poor baby has no sense of routine, no sense of calm, of normalcy. This baby is like a baby influencer who has to be dragged out constantly because what did her parents build their platform off of? They built it off of spending money. So the only way they have content is if they either share their gross ass coffee or dinners, or if they go and spend money at Target, Walmart, wherever they go. I don't even know. I don't care. I don't follow them because I think that is boring as all heck. I don't understand how this is a genre of thing. It's weird. People fiending for people's children and to see people's children and really into the whole I'm gonna follow someone's life. Like, they don't even give good, oh my God, it's so frustrating. And then the other thing that people are really upset about is the fact that they are feeding this kid pure garbage. She's having sugar up the wazoo. They're already giving her juice consistently, and it's just like, what are you doing? And what are they saying in response? Every baby's different and the pediatrician approved it. Okay, but it gets to a point where it's like, if 18,000 people are saying, hey, maybe don't give your baby juice under a year. No hate. Maybe Google it. I don't know. But then you have the fact that Donna said tooken, apparently, in her video yesterday, today. I don't know when it was, but she said tooken. So I feel like Googling isn't a high priority of theirs. Okay, so if we just scroll through Reddit here together, let's see if my computer will let me do this or if it's gonna glitch and not work like usual. Everything's fine, guys, I swear. This was 16 days ago, so this is why I bring up the juice. It is not recommended for babies under 12 months to have juice. Not a hate comment, just what it says when you look it up. My baby is 3, and that's what his pediatrician told us. And Donna, Drew's mom, responded with, again, every baby is different, and Doctor and Drew make the decisions that are best for Ivory. And this person, good job with this reply. I'm sorry you're blocked. I'm sure you're blocked. But this person says, no, babies aren't different when it comes to their nutrition level, which are different from adults and older children, which is why it's not recommended to have juice. I looked it up. Not everything the pediatrician says you should trust. Some of it, yes. Some of it, no. Exactly. And that's what I had said in my last video on Drew and Gabe when they gave their baby solids at 4 months old. Not only is that a huge aspiration risk, but these studies are clear that giving babies food before 6 months of age isn't beneficial for them. It harms their gut. There's an increased risk of type 2 diabetes feeding your kids solids early. And then if you look at what they're actually feeding this kid, it's prunes and broccoli and juice. So sugar, and I'm sure she doesn't like the broccoli because it's bitter and not sugar or sugar. It's so frustrating because these people are public figures and they're giving this kind of advice to their very large following. And that's not okay. It's just not okay to be ignorant. That's what this is. No, it's not. Every baby is different. Maybe slightly when it comes to developmental milestones. Some babies sit at 4 months, some babies sit at 6 months. Maybe it's crawling, walking. Some babies walk at 6 months, some babies walk at 18. That's the every baby is different. They have preferences, likes, dislikes, and babies don't need juice. It is ridiculous. And they're saying it's for constipation. Okay, so why is it every day? And if it's every day, then there's something else wrong. What's wrong? She doesn't get to move because she's constantly in an effing container. So how do you possibly expect her to digest anything in that tiny little belly of hers if she's never allowed to move? Because she's constrained and strapped into something constantly. If it's not the car seat because she's being dragged around all day, it's a stroller, it's a bouncer or a swing. It's ridiculous. And people have been saying this for months now and they're just not listening. They're not hearing it because they're right, everybody else is wrong, every baby's different. They're not. You are actively damaging your baby's development with what you're doing because they think they are smarter than her mom's and doctor. Well, when it comes to hard factual evidence, yes, I do think I'm smarter than a doctor who's recommending juice under 12 months. And the thing is even if the doctor did say, yeah, give a little bit of juice for constipation, it's not daily. It's not the only thing that she's drinking. It's not even a lot. There's so many comments calling them out. But sadly, there's also comments sticking up for her. The people in her comments saying it's for constipation. You don't need to give juice. You can also just give prune or apple puree. And why is this kid so constipated that they need to be constantly giving her juice or something? Do they not realize her poop is going to get more firm as she starts eating solid food? Heck, I have to add rice cereal to my son's bottle because of his reflux, and he's never been constipated, even from that. So what are you giving this kid that is messing up her stomach so badly, or so you say? Why is she so constipated? Diet related? No, I think it's movement related because you need to move to poop and she doesn't get to move ever at all. Okay, sorry. That was a little dramatic of me, wasn't it? Ever at all? Like, no, she gets to move for 5 to 10 minutes a day freely, explore her environment, look around a little. I'd say give or take. Every baby is different is not a valid argument. I can't stand these people. They're just too stupid to come up with anything else. That's their excuse for every dumbass thing they do. Exactly. Exactly. The package literally says 12 months. Are they going to let her play with Legos even though she can choke because she's different and doesn't have to wait till she's 4 to play with them? Whole grapes, hot dogs, and popcorn in the car because she's different. Yeah, exactly. I didn't. They have no clue what they're talking about. I'm pretty sure. Let's Google it right here, right now, guys, together. Should babies under 1 have juice? No. Babies under 1 should not be given juice. The American Academy of Pediatrics recommends waiting until after 12 months old before introducing juice, and even then, it should be limited. Breast milk or formula should be the primary source of fluids in the babies for their first year. Oh, this is good. This is good. Why juice is not recommended for babies under 1. Nutritional needs. Babies under 1 need the specific nutrients found in breast milk or formula to support their growth and development. Juice doesn't offer the same balanced nutrients and may displace these essential fluids. Risk of overweight and obesity. Juice can contribute to excess calorie intake. That's literally the biggest thing when you're losing weight. They tell you to cut out soda and juice. So for 2 people on a health journey, you'd think they'd fucking clue into that, but no, of course not. They want her to be unhealthy and lethargic. Maybe it's like Doherty doesn't. She keeps them unhealthy and lethargic so it stays quiet so she can record all day. Nailed it. Cavities. The sugar in juice can lead to tooth decay if it's given frequently, even before they cut their first teeth. Fun fact. Didn't know that, but yeah, it can mess with their oral everything, and they can literally grow their baby teeth in rotten if they're given juice. Digestive issues. Some babies may have difficulty digesting juice, leading to diarrhea. Well, evidently she doesn't have that because they're giving it to her for constipation. Displacement of nutrients. It's the same as the nutritional needs. So when to introduce juices. Once a baby is 12 months or older, 4 ounces or less of 100% juice can be offered according to the CDC. Avoid juice drinks, fruit-flavored drinks, and juice with added sugars. And whole fruits provide more nutrients and fiber than juice. So yeah, exactly. This kid is constipated. Maybe give her something fibrous. Give her actual nutritious food. That will help her poop. But they can't because the kid won't eat anything that's not sickly sweet, I'm sure, already at 7 months old. Hi, baby. If your child is under 1 year of age, you should avoid giving them juice altogether, advises pediatrician Kimberly Cherbach, MD. That's because we now understand just how much sugar is packed into each sip of a juice, even the kind that comes directly from the fruit itself, and that can impact infants' health. That is from the Cleveland Clinic. Let's keep going. Why giving fruit juice to babies is a bad idea. When can babies and toddlers have fruit juice? When can babies have juice and how much? The answer is pretty straightforward. Juice is not recommended for babies under 1 year as it offers no nutritional benefits. Pretty straightforward to me too. What's best for my baby to drink for parents? And some drinks can make baby very sick. Babies shouldn't have 100% fruit juices, sugary drinks like soda, sweet tea, sports drinks, lemonade, and punch. I'm not opening any of these. That's from Kids Health. Solid starts. Juice for babies. Juice should not be offered to babies as a drink under 12 months of age. AAP recommends no fruit juice for children under 1 year. Fruit juice in infants, AAP. It is optimal to completely avoid the use of juice in infants before 1 year of age. But every baby is different. I'm pretty sure that was consistently, don't give your baby juice. What? Donut Donna didn't even know you were supposed to clean the lint trap in the dryer until this year. She didn't know you were supposed to use dish soap in a dishwasher until last year. That's disgusting. That is so gross. Oh my god, so they've been eating dirty dishes? Oh god. She mops her microfiber couch with a spin mop. She boils laundry detergent on her stovetop, but yeah, we're the ones who have no clue. Oh my god. Bestie, you forgot she cleaned her dirty ass toilet seat in the pool. The same pool they swam in earlier that day or the day after. What? What? Ew, that's so gross. Okay, let's move on. So here is the image that someone else found. I believe it was on Donna's post. But you can see right here, it looks to have doubled because before it was just a little bit back here. Now, as I said, it is common for babies to have a little bit of a flat spot, especially if there's any type of movement issues, as well as a bald spot until they can roll off of their back, until they can move and sit up and get off of the back of their head a little bit more. But that is excessive, and usually it's only at the, what is that? what is that called? The occipital bone, where your head curves. That's usually where the flat spot is in a typically developing baby with typical movement patterns, because they move from side to side on their back. They're not strong enough to roll over, and the friction makes the hair fall out. It all makes sense. But this poor kid has it all up the back of her head. That's not a normal bald spot. And I do agree with people thinking that it's because she's constantly in a container. The back of her head constantly has friction on it. She gets no time to just sit and play with toys, to have tummy time, to be a baby. I hope this doesn't cause her to have permanent damage and have a hard time growing hair. I swear Drew is trying to make sure her baby doesn't end up prettier than her. This has got to be intentional at this point. It breaks my heart for this poor baby. I don't know if it's intentional or completely neglectful sort of idea, like if they're intentionally doing it or if they're just being neglectful or if it's a lack of education. But with the amount of people who are constantly speaking out and saying, hey, this isn't okay, that's not okay, and with them just clapping back, every baby's different. And also with her constantly filtering and deleting posts, making her mom delete posts and stuff like that, that she's getting a lot of backlash for, or that show the not so good sides of, what's going on with their baby, that kind of raises alarm bells, wouldn't you say? Holy bald spot, is she ever out of a container? What are you talking about? She's constantly in a container car seat while her terrible mother runs the roads all day. No reason for her to have a bald spot the size of Texas at her age. She would benefit from some tummy time. IPM you. What? Right? Red flag. And then someone else, wow, are you serious right now? A container? Why don't you go somewhere else if you have nothing nice to say? If you actually pay attention, you'd see blah, 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 whatever they said. Don't care, because you're wrong. And it's literally called container syndrome in babies. And the cause of it is from being in containers, things that contain them. Even a playpen is considered a container. They have a little bit more freedom, but they can't properly explore their surroundings. Wild. A person is more concerned about the container reference than the bald spot. My son, 4.5, has a flat spot from when he was a baby. The hair grew back, but his head is still definitely misshapen. I'm so surprised that they haven't gotten that baby a helmet. Oh, here's the other part of that. If you actually paid attention, you'd see she's out of a container. Mind your own business and keep moving. Being out for a picture does not qualify. Please move along. What are you talking about? The thing with these comments that is so GD annoying is people refuse to hold people accountable, refuse to shame and judge. And because of that, they enable this shit ass behavior. It's okay to point out the bad wrongdoings. Telling the truth isn't being mean or shitty. I hate what this world is coming to. Drew needs to be shamed and spoken to like a shit parent because she is one. And honestly, it's so bad. I can't believe that they actually said that they weren't going to exploit this baby.
We do not plan on exploiting our children at all.
Yeah. And then there's this too. Like, why are you being dishonest? Why are you photoshopping? I can't. It's clearly a filter. It's probably that filter. I don't know how she's photoshopping it. It's nuts. For them to promote being on a health journey, this kind of deception isn't okay. But they don't filter. Yeah, okay. And then the other thing that people are talking about too is, guys, something is totally up with Gabe and Drew. Good. I hope he files for shared custody. And the court's order Ivory can't be plastered online in the divorce papers. The Lees would die. Manifesting this. Pray a hedge of protection that this happens. Declare and decree it. Yeah, declare and decree it. That's funny. Can we talk more about this? I'm curious as to what's actually going on. Me too. Seems odd she'd drive in the middle of the night on Easter to soap when we all know she hates doing anything alone. Do we know a timeline, like how long she was with Gabe's family before she drove to her parents? I don't think she drove. I think she dropped her dog and Ivory off. What? Definitely weird. They're not in a good place and it's only going to get worse. I wonder what is going on with them. Ugh, overconsumption. Baby's first Easter basket. Look at this. This is ridiculous. This is like, and aren't they Christian? This is not Easter. This is junk. This is not what Easter's about. The overconsumption in this family is vile. I don't understand why people are receiving such hate in these comments. The sit me up on the counter is so dangerous. This isn't debatable. It's simply unsafe. And this food just isn't meant for babies her age. And you are not the mom. It doesn't matter if we're the mom or not. It's dangerous to put your baby in a sit me up on a counter. These people are so effing dumb. It's insanity. And they're public figures, and they're promoting for people to put their babies on the counter in a sit me up, because they're going to be like, oh, that's such a good idea. Look, the baby's up at eye level and we can feed them and they're here and we interact, and there's going to be a baby that's going to fall off the counter. That is why it's not recommended, because babies have pushed themselves backwards off of counters before. Oh my God, these pictures. It's like they low-key want something to happen for the attention. They 100 want something to happen. I'd hate to say they want something to happen, but do I think they'd care if something happens? No. I mean, their actions clearly show that they want something to happen. Caring parents don't purposely put their baby in danger and avoid all age recommendations. Exactly. That's just it. They might not be actively trying to make something happen, but they're definitely not preventing very easily preventable accidents. And why? It's because this whole mentality of God's protecting me, so nothing's gonna happen. I prayed that everyone would be safe, so it's not gonna happen. Or they're highly favored, so it's not gonna happen. It's just like life doesn't work that way. Accidents happen, and there are recommendations for a reason. And to sit here and be these entitled rage baity assholes and be like, no, you guys are all wrong. Like, every baby's different. It's such egregious behavior. They want her to fall off and get hurt so they can have content. Exactly. Yeah, holy poop-a-moly. But like, you can see clear as day. That's huge, man. Yeah, that's what I said earlier. By her age, it should be growing back a bit, considering she's crawling around everywhere, but we know that's far from the truth. Then adding friction, she's always wearing bows. Those bands likely positioned over her bald spot isn't helping. It's so sad. Man. Is she crawling yet? She loves playing. Okay, but is she crawling yet? What? April Fool's besties. Oh, you totally got me. I was like, there's no way. There's no way that this got still posted because, fan behavior and all. So this is the one I saw just a couple days ago, and to edit your baby, it's wild. So I saw this video here. I'm pretty sure I have it downloaded, so I will insert it for you to play over. And you can see the bald spot in the back of the baby's head. But then, what is this? A day later, I think, or so, we have this. And it's funny because I asked AI, hey, does this look edited to you? And they said, no, it looked pretty consistent. But it's like she has so much more hair and it's a different shade. And there's no bald spot. I don't understand what's happening. Maybe it's because she's looking this way because it really doesn't look edited. But it's so, it's a whole different color. It's a different shade. There's no bald spot. She has a huge, massive bald spot all on the back of her head. Baby Cashley on Amazon. No matter how I look at it, it's really gross to let a company use her child's pictures in exchange for free clothing. And it's also gross if they just used it without permission. No angle do I see any of this being cutesy. Just more proof to show everyone that she's using this baby for clout. Exactly. All they proved is that she just wasn't sitting before when they said she was. Because if she was, then why are you now just starting to post about it? Exactly. She wasn't sitting at 4 months old. Yeah, that too. That's true. She hasn't shown any milestone updates or anything, which is usually what all the family vloggers do. Oh, my baby did this for the first time. Oh, my baby did that for the first time. And she hasn't shown any of them, but now she's showing her sitting. Can you vlog a day in the life with Ivory, naps, feeding, routines, etc.? Personally, we have chosen to not do those types of videos with her. We show her outfits and everything, but as far as her routines and stuff, we don't. Right, because that makes it not exploitation, right, Drew? Chosen not to share the one thing that could make her a relatable young mom. That makes sense. Just shows she doesn't have a routine. She also doesn't take care of her baby, but posts everything she can make easy money for. Sickening. Personally, we've realized the amount of work involved to edit videos doesn't produce the same ROI as shitty still pictures. We go the easiest route to exploit our infant prop. FTFY. I don't know what that means. FTFY. Figure it out. I can't figure it out. Someone tell me what FTFY means, please. Please. Okay, so I want to jump over to the YouTube. No, don't subscribe. Ew. Traveling 9 hours with our 7-month-old. Okay. Spend the day with us. Health update. Spend the morning with us. Vlog. We're back. I love it. We're back. So we posted a couple videos and then took another 2-month break. Don't. You look stupid. You didn't go anywhere. Run errands with us and our newborn. Taking our baby to our favorite place. Morning shower routine 2 weeks postpartum. Spend the day with us. How I'm doing postpartum. My birth story. Did they not have a couple days in the lives? I feel like they did. So go off, Drew. I'm sure I have screenshots of it, and if I do, I'll insert them here. But yeah, spend the day with us. Spend the day with us with our 4-day-old. I feel like that used to say day in the life with the newborn baby or something like that. I can't remember. Good God, these people suck. What is a trident hand? I don't think so. Just because this gap here is pretty small. If it was more over, I feel like her fingers are just spread. I don't know. Honestly, at the end of the day, if there is something wrong with her child, and I saw another really good post being like, maybe there is something wrong and Drew resents that, and that's why she seemingly hasn't bonded with Ivory because, you know, she knew something was wrong and she wasn't going to be absolutely perfect from 20 weeks, because back at 20 weeks, they asked for prayers that everything would be okay, which would be the genetics, or sorry, the anatomy scan and stuff like that. So I don't know, but I really hope if there is something going on with Ivory that they get her checked out and they are taking her to the pediatrician. I am not hopeful of that, but I don't know. I just truly hope that they're getting her the help she needs and actually getting her seen, and they just aren't going to share that with the world, be it embarrassment or shame or whatever. It doesn't really matter. It's none of our business. But if they are just sitting here denying anything's wrong and not actually seeking treatment and help for their baby, well, that's really do better. And God, I hope she's not actually pregnant again, because, like, yikes if that's the case, especially seeing as Gabe has kind of been absent recently. Okay, but that's all I got for you guys for this little update on Drew and Gabe. They're gross. And what they're doing isn't okay. And it's really funny to me that they're trying to do things right with the whole, we're not going to show her daily routines and we're not going to show this or that or this or that. Nobody believes you. Nobody believes you at all. And you need to get over yourselves and just learn to take advice, right? It's not always this, don't give your baby juice, you're a bad parent. It's don't give your baby juice because it's unhealthy for them. Oh, I didn't know that it was unhealthy. Oh my gosh, maybe I'll do some research about it. You know, it's just, there's no accountability, and people defending her are 100% enabling her, and it needs to stop. All of them are being enabled right now to continue to treat this baby the way they have been treating her, actively damaging her health and development. And it's really sad to see in real time. These kids, one day, the kids of these family vloggers are going to come out, and it's not going to be pretty. Not at all. I hope you guys are having a fantastic, wonderful, amazing, epic day wherever you are in the world. Please don't forget to like and subscribe before heading out. It really helps out the channel. It helps these videos to grow and reach more eyeballs and hold these influencers even more accountable. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye, guys.